Gunz is in the building today.
Yes.
Oh boy! So me and Peter know each other and have seen each other out a few times as of recent, and every time we're like, "Yo, you gotta
talk. We gotta talk.
And I always say, "What's happening with you?" Because it's so weird to like know you and know your career and stuff and whatever, and then
we
see
knew each other a long time.
Yes.
So to see me on Love and Hip Hop, I know you, like some of my family members and friends, are like, "What's going on with you?"
And then so much of you on Love and Hip Hop,
right?
So much of what's happening.
It's the juice. They want it. It's the craziness. People like to see it and watch it. Not something that I'm all the way proud of, though, Angie.
Really?
No.
Wait, what are you not proud of?
I'm not proud of seeing two women that I really, regardless of what people think, I love. The mothers of my children get crushed. People call them dumb and stupid, and see them hurt over my behavior. So I'm never proud of that.
Is it one thing to like be living the life, but then when you see it back, like, do you watch it back?
Yeah, when you're saying things and doing things, to me, it's weird because it seems like entertainment. You know what I mean? It feels like that when you're shooting and you're doing stuff like, oh, it's just TV. And then, but my stuff is so real that, it trickles off into my real life. Like some of the cast members might be able to go home and take a glass of wine. And you don't know, I'm not calling nobody out, but their stuff don't really be that authentic.
Right.
Me, it follows me 24 hours a day. Like, how could you have said this? How could you do this and this and that? So, but after a while, I'm really too old for this. So, and that's why now moving forward, that's just not the case anymore. But
what do you mean? You're moving forward from what?
Amina's moved to LA. She's for the first time, she came to me and she put some things on the table that she needed me to change, and I was honest with her for the first time. I was like,
look at you.
Yeah, I don't think I could change.
Grown up.
So she moved. She was like, well, I'm going to LA.
What is the truth though? What did you say? What was honest?
Well, she had made a few rules, like, going in Tara's house and picking the kids up, and that's got to stop. Kids got to come here. We got to, this Tara stuff has to stop. Also, I just want you to, just be. She wanted me to be what I'm supposed to be.
Right. She wanted me to be faithful.
It wasn't. Yeah, and all of that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a faithful part, But I'm seeing a therapist. I'm not ashamed to say that anymore.
Wow, that's crazy. Because earlier today was when I was on my way in, I wondered.
Yeah,
have you ever? Because behavior comes from shit you learn or grew up seeing. I'm sure your father probably had to have some similar.
He's not here with us no more. But boy, if I told some of his stuff.
I bet.
But at the same time, but with that being said, for a long time I was in denial. I don't need no therapist to tell me this is normal. This is what men do.
Yeah.
And finally, I put and it's been the best. It's the best decision I've ever made in my life.
What are you learning? What did they tell you?
Just the truth.
Which is?
Tell the truth.
Oh, tell the truth.
Stop lying. Tell the truth. And if that person can't deal with the truth, and my therapist was the reason why I told Amina the truth. He told me just tell the truth. And she left, and it was hard.
The truth is I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to my kids, that's who drives me.
So what does that mean for the marriage? That the marriage is not gonna make it?
Well, we are separated.
Separated.
Now. But it's not ugly. It's cool. I'm gonna go out there and see her and my daughter, and of course, I'll be there for the birth of my new daughter, Bronx. Bronx will be here in July 31st.
Wow, what a complicated life you lead.
Yes.
So you're still kind of together? Are you still kind of together though? Like,
no,
because this is the thing with you, man. You leave these it's like a window of we're separated. She moved there, but I'll be there with her and then you have a moment and there's candles and then there's you know what I mean? And then
it's the responsible thing for me to do is be there for her and my daughter.
So do you think you could be a married man, like a real I
hope so. I hope so. I want to. It's.
You still have hopes for that marriage to work?
Sometimes. But I feel, Ange, like I did so much damage to both women that it would never be the same. Yeah. I would never be trusted. I would have to hear about this for the rest of my life, like especially with Tara. Tara reminds me all the time.
How could she not? She had it the longest.
Well, with Tara, Amina gets mad at me for saying this, but Tara got it the worst. And people say, oh, that's not true. You do Tara worse. I mean, Amina worse. They both got it bad. But with Tara, when we signed on to do the show, Tara didn't know anything about me and Amina. She just knew that I was working with her and I liked her music and I want to manage her. And she knew that Amina was dating somebody that I knew, so she never really pressed the issue. So she came on the show, and I just think that if she had known that I was messing with Amina, let alone married to Amina, she wouldn't have did the show.
Yo, your story is bananas. It's so crazy. Yeah. It's got to be crazy for you to see it back.
Well, yeah, in doing the show though, Angie, it was.
Oh my God!
It was no malice. It was all good intentions. I felt like it would help Tara with her acting, help Amina with her music, and then make a lane for me to provide for my children. But I still feel like, so much was revealed, and they taking a hit. And I just wish that people would put that towards me. I know everybody says they're grown women, they stuck around, they should know better if they stuck around.
They did, and they are.
But they love it was out of love.
I mean, I guess people always gonna have shit to say about them, but they both seem like nice girls. Like they don't come off like, you know what I mean? They come off like they made mistakes. They
the only mistake right. I'm the only mistake that they made. Other than me, they I mean, they're good. They just,
It's crazy that when I saw the reunion and you and Cardi was going back and forth, and she was kind of getting at you.
Right.
And you got angry. You got upset at first. You apologized then and were like, "You're a kid."
Yeah, I said some things to her that I never should have said.
Right.
Let me go back and say this. Anybody from the Bronx, I don't care who you are. If you're doing anything, I'm for you. So in every interview, I would big Cardi up. Like, yo, she's funny. She, the kids love her.
Funny.
So I was rocking for her, but somebody came and told me, yo, she really don't like you and this and that, and I even said that's cool because I like she loves Tara, and anybody that loves Tara or loves Amina, I don't care how they feel about me, I love them. You know what I mean? Just for embracing Tara like that. So a cast member had told me, I don't want to put that out there. Yo, she really feeling you like that, and instead of me being an adult and going over to Cardi, and be like, yo, what's your problem? I know you don't like what I'm doing on the show, but from the Bronx, what we doing, whatever, and have a conversation with her. I just had an attitude the whole reunion, and she was taking a little, the creep squad. I'm not no creep at this and that. So after a while, a question came up of what you would ask a man if you saw him, and I think the misunderstanding for me, and I hope, I think it was a misunderstanding that they asked, like, if you when you meet a man, would you ask him, and it was like some money stuff, and I was like, well, if we talking about money and you doing that, which I should have just stayed out of it, but that went left, and
it went left,
and Cardi was able to say a lot of things that a lot of women, including some of Tara and Amina's family, wanted to say to me. I wasn't mad at her for that, and so I had to apologize to her for that. She apologized to me too, but I know that where she was coming from as a young lady that she admires Tara. So I wasn't all the way I didn't even think she didn't have to apologize for that, really.
Do people feel like they could just run up on you and say anything because they know your business?
Never.
Really?
It could go left. I don't play that.
Yeah, but your whole life.
People would drive by in a car and say something, but Angie, I'm telling you, this is going to sound like bull crap, but I can't walk through a mall or airport or down Times Square without people running up asking. Those same people that's blasting me on, they want pictures.
Yeah.
My mother loves you, and they FaceTime. And so,
has anybody like famous or anybody unexpected felt like they could come up to you? And
I was in a comedy club with Tara one night, and Denzel Washington came behind us.
Shut your face right now, Peter Gunz.
I know this sounds like I got pictures to back it up. Anybody that's
Academy Award winner Denzel Washington
watches the show. And was telling Tara.
He watches Love and Hip Hop.
Yes, he told Tara, you got to kick his ass. That boy crazy. Y'all crazy. I said, you watch the show? He said, yeah, what am I do? Watch movies?
So he's Team Tara.
That night he was.
that
night he was. He was saying, I guess it was a scene where Tara had, lost it on me. And he was like, yeah, keep kicking his ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, people that watch the show. And we took a couple pictures and we talked a little bit after that. And
Denzel Washington.
Yes. Out of all the questions I could have asked Denzel, what question do you think I asked him?
I don't know.
Is there a movie that you regret turning down? He said no. And then he turned back and said 1, maybe.
What?
7. He said he was supposed to be Brad Pitt in 7.
Wow.
but he turned it down because the script was too dark.
What were you interviewing him in the middle of the spot?
Well, you know how. Let me tell you something. He's absolutely my favorite, one of my favorite people ever, my favorite actors ever. So I had a million things I wanted to ask him. You know, I wanted to ask him something personal, like how do you do it with your wife? How do you just, you know? But that's to me, you know, was corny. So I said, a question I want to always ask him, is there a movie? And he said no, but then he turned around and said one, maybe. And even now, it's still a little too dark. And plus, what Brad Pitt did to it, you know, you can't.
It's crazy to me that Denzel Washington watches Love and Hip Hop. I don't know why that. It's just making my brain spin.
To you, I'm walking on eggshells. You know, I had met him once or twice with Shaq before, but not that he would ever remember that.
Oh my God, you used to work with, you did songs with Shaq.
Brother. Shaq is Corey's goddad.
Is he really?
Yeah.
So do you get like tickets to the games?
To whatever. I mean. Yeah, whatever.
Is that a weird question? That's just the first thing that came to my head.
If I ever need tickets, or if I ever need to go to Orlando, whatever.
Shaquille O'Neal's your son's godfather.
First goddad, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's up with your son?
He's working. You know, Young Money was going through their little situation that's clearing up, so he's working on his new project. He got
that affected him.
1,000 songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody under the umbrella, everybody under the umbrella was affected by that, but it was cool because I think that he's growing to his adulthood now, and his stuff is mature, and it's some of the, you know.
I'd be curious to hear what his stuff sound. I feel like he had such a moment where there was so many eyeballs on him. Like he had such a Nick Cannon was managing him, right? The Young Money thing, y'all had the show.
So much. I mean, we and him got an arsenal together that we did together. 2 Gunz Up, an album and a tape that I'm holding. Because I don't want his first look to be with me, you know.
No,
Corey was the first reason that I was holding off doing the show for 2 years because I didn't want it to affect him. You know what I mean? Oh, your father. But it turns out that he is. That's my dude.
So he's ready to go again. He's going to go another round.
It's coming.
So with them clearing the stuff up, so he's still with Wayne. Is he still signed to Wayne?
He's signed, Young Money.
Yeah.
Shout out to Young Money. Corey had caught a little gun possession charge.
I know. I remember.
And they put up the money and made sure he stayed out of jail. So big up to Young Money.
That was a bad time for that too.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible time.
Yeah.
Like, that was really stressful for me because I know that I try to tell the young kids, you know, I got a thing I do now called Guns Against Guns. Ever since that, it's 3 to 9. Nothing to talk about.
Wow.
Corey was fortunate, but if you out there walking around with it, just be prepared to sit up.
3 to 9.
But, you know, got the lawyer, shout out to Xavier. Stayed away from the courts because the more people show up to court, the more he looks like a star. So we did the reverse. Nobody goes to court, just him and his lawyer.
Wow. Is that right?
Yeah. You go in there, this is Young Money, Corey Gunz. They make example out of you.
So no Wayne, no Birdman?
Nobody. He's by himself. He don't have nothing. He took his family took their hard-earned money and paid for the lawyer. And he's here by himself. And that's how we reversed it.
Well, he's lucky he got another chance. That's great.
Yeah, he's good.
Good for him.
Yes.
All right. So are you good? Like, are you good? Are you going to continue doing this show? Or are you like, what happens now? You're going to have the babies on the show? The babies are going to raise together on the show?
No.
Like, how far does this go, Peter?
It's over. Now it's cleanup time. Tyra moves on. Amina's in L.A. And Peter got to show himself, you know, where he's going now. You know, I can't.
Is therapy?
I can't leave on that note.
Is the therapist going to be on the show?
Possibly.
Oh, okay.
You know, he doesn't really want that attention. But it's possible because I'm a work in progress. I don't want it to look like.
Anyway, they have that Love and Hip Hop therapist that sees everybody. They'll probably just stick him in with you. You do a session there.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. You talk to Tyra.
He's on all the shows.
He's good,
though. Yeah, he's good, but he likes the TV.
Yeah, some people
don't like it. Yeah.
No, so I think, you know, to see.
So you're gonna redeem yourself in the new season? Is that what?
Impossible for me to ever redeem myself. Okay. Nobody will fully ever say, oh, you know what? You know, but
that's not true. Anything is possible.
Yeah, you know, my friend told me today, yo, man, a lot of celebrities out there had some bad reputations in doing things, and you're just really only guilty for loving 2 women and dealing with 2 women, which is true. I've never been in court for child support. I take care of all my babies. How
do you do that with all them children? How many kids do you have?
Take care of your kids.
How many kids do you have?
9.
9. And is that including the ones on the way? No.
1.
How does one take care? No, just right logistically. How do you take care of 10 children?
Fortunately.
That's a reality show, by the way.
What?
Oh, that's your spinoff.
Yeah, Guns
Peter
Reloaded.
plus 10.
Guns Reloaded.